5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This is Going Nowhere with Drew Mitchell.
Is it a
God, you are picky.
featuring?
You want another shoe?
Are those?
Oh my god! What? I'm leaving.
I don't. Oh, man. Why am I doing this again?
They Drew and Nick are going nowhere.
Oh, Drew and Nick are going nowhere.
And here we are.
We are here.
We are here. The Drew and Nick Going Nowhere podcast can't be killed. We are back by popular demand. Up to 5 billion people talk to us about coming
My
back.
mom will not stop telling me, like calling me every day. When, Nick?
When will it ever come back? Well, it has returned.
Get off my back, Luana. Just killing me.
Let's introduce the room. I'm Drew Mitchell. We have Brittany Caldwell,
That's me.
Nick Amoroso.
That's me.
Let's all talk a little bit about ourselves and what makes
Oh
us
my
tick.
god, this is like the worst part of a meeting. You're like, let's all go around the room and introduce ourselves. So,
Why am I awesome? Chapter 1.
15 minutes later, okay, and we're on.
As he takes his slippers off.
That's right.
Damn right.
I knew a lady was coming over. At some point during this podcast, we do have some Bite Squad coming over to.
yeah, hopefully they'll be sponsoring us soon.
Man, that would be awesome.
I do want to talk about that. This podcast, backed by popular demand, but we always had between 5 and 5 billion listeners.
Yeah.
I mean, it always was in that range.
It was a lot.
It was a bunch. So if you do want to sponsor this podcast, you can hit us up on social media. We're very reasonable, and we'd love to say nice things about your business.
I'm a people person.
Nick is a people person. So if we were going to say something nice about a business, how would that sound, Nick?
I go to your restaurant.
Perfect.
Sold. That's just straight and to the point. We were like, what? Nick Amoroso's going to a restaurant? What? And people
Fanfare and everything.
people follow me on Facebook.
They do. I've seen it happen.
They do.
So as we move forward, we're back in the full swing of things. My broadcast career has allowed me some time to get back involved. And
Tarnished?
It's super tarnished.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
no,
bad.
it's like, no, I'm
Ran out of town or something?
right, like fall from grace.
I missed the Twitter
believe.
story. Hey, it was something bad, though.
It was emotional.
I think you refused to cut your hair or something. That was
Yeah, it was
Something really
that.
atrocious.
And there was an instance where apparently we don't take our pants off in studio.
Brittany.
What? I'm just expressing my personality.
It's not a video podcast, all right?
It's not.
Nobody was even going to see it.
Is my
And
heart.
honestly, it's not necessary that you be topless right now.
Yeah.
You know what? It's 2019. Free the nipple.
Yeah.
Free the nipple. Can we get that trending if anyone's listening? Hashtag?
Drew, free your nipples, Drew.
You don't want to see that.
No, I've seen your back.
no.
I went floating with you once. I know what goes on back there.
It's manly.
Yeah.
So as we move forward with this podcast, we have a lot of ideas that we'll be talking about. And I think we're going to try and Nick and I the other day, we're honestly going into this with very little prep, but we talked about some watch-alongs, even doing some movies, maybe some wrestling stuff.
Maybe even learning about some stuff.
I want to learn about myself more than anything.
I want to learn about Dungeons and Dragons because it
Yes.
seems like all my
Oh,
friends.
girl, I got you.
See, I feel like all my friends but me and Drew,
Yeah.
we don't play that game. And game. I mean, is it a game? I mean, what is it?
Yeah,
Do I have to count? Because if I have to count, I'm not going to like it.
Well, to let Brittany explain this.
Oh, Brittany, do you play Dungeons and Dragons?
Oh,
I do.
As he said.
My dark elf sorcerer is really
Out the room.
BA.
Yeah.
well,
yeah.
Brittany Caldwell, why don't you explain how you became a...
Okay.
How would you get me involved in it? Clothes have to be on.
Okay. Well, I'm going to try really hard. Okay.
Gotcha.
So I've always wanted to play Dungeons and Dragons, really,
Why?
but
Why though?
I don't, because I kind of like that nerd in me, like that nerd side that I
So
knew
is it like a
those
way-
are my people kind of
Gotcha.
thing.
So it's
like,
a way to like meet people.
yeah, it's a way to meet people, and it's something to do.
Gotcha.
Like some people read books, some people are doctors. I play Dungeons and Dragons now, so that's where I'm at.
And at this point, this venture is about a week old. You have been involved.
Yeah, I'm an OG.
So one of our mutual friends came up to me and said, "Hey, do you think your girl would be into?" I forget how he put it. He said nerdy shit. He's like, would your girlfriend be into
what took
nerdy?
You a second to think of nerdy shit.
But what I heard initially is like, is your girl into kinky shit?
Oh.
And the answer to both of those is yes. But only one of which I'm comfortable sharing.
Thanks.
You're welcome. You don't need a career. You'll be fine. Neither do I.
That's great.
So anyway, I sent Brittany over to our mutual friend's house, and I guess she can take up.
Yeah, there wasn't an orgy. There was pizza and Dungeons and Dragons. Okay, so let me tell you.
I'm halfway there right now.
Let me ask you, what do you think Dungeons and Dragons is? Because I did not know. No, yeah, I mean, I guess, there are probably factions, chapters that do that, but
I think it's a lot of like
regular
imagination.
Old missionary Dungeons and Dragons. What do you think
it's just a lot of imaginary fights. I feel like I've heard people getting into legitimate arguments over it, so it's just really kind of funny to me how
do you think it's played?
I don't know. It's
right?
It's
I
like
didn't know
Martin
either.
Riggs from Lethal Weapon. You're just going at it.
Crazy, yeah.
You're a lethal weapon. Drew, look at me. Lethal Weapon.
I almost grew a mullet tonight to because
Danny Glover. Real quick, favorite Danny Glover movie. Go. Hurry up.
Say Predator.
1, 2, 3.
Predator.
He's not in that. He's in the second one.
Oh, Predator
Brittany.
2.
1, 2, 3, go.
Lethal Weapon. 3, actually. I like that one. That's my
third one.
favorite.
Really? The third one?
Yeah.
I can't think of another movie that Danny Glover was in.
Serious.
That's the worst one out of all of them.
Lethal Weapon 3. That's the first one I saw, though.
That was the worst one out of all of them.
Martin Riggs was my boyfriend for quite a while. Yeah.
You both disappointed.
That's like me with Die Hard, though. The third Die Hard is my favorite, even though the first one is honestly the best. The third one is
Die Hard with a Vengeance is good, but don't ever compare Die Hard with a Vengeance with Lethal Weapon 3. That's not even fair.
Okay, you're right. No, you're right.
To my listeners out there, that's not a fair comparison.
I think the only legitimate lethal weapon was the first one. The rest.
I made you watch that. We watched that over Christmas, so we watched that.
I'm
Did you know in the second one Riggs was supposed to die in the movie, but don't even get me started on.
I'm good with
when he was in the trailer. Or like when they shot up the trailer, right?
When he died, when he got shot on the boat. You guys never watch good stuff, man. I keep on telling you guys.
Well, Joe Pesci is in that one, right?
Drew, I'm going to strangle you on the microphone.
Yeah, you're right?
Okay.
The second one.
Back to Brittany's story.
Anyway,
we're talking about Dungeons and Dragons.
Okay, so you don't even understand like Dungeons and Dragons.
That's why we're asking these questions.
Okay. I didn't understand it, and I've been in it for 7 days now. 7 days, everyone.
It sounds like she joined a cult in a little bit of a
She watched like a Netflix documentary and she's like doing it.
Jim Jones. Jason Baldwin is Jim Jones in this scenario because he's our cult leader.
Jason Baldwin would make a great Jim Jones. Do you know who Jim Jones is?
No.
Do you know the phrase drink the Kool-Aid?
Yeah.
That comes from Jonestown, and Jim Jones was a cult leader that...
Why did this get so dark?
It sure did. Okay, back to Dungeons.
Okay, yeah, so Dungeons and Dragons. So I have always wanted to get into it, but I didn't because, there are some really... super nice people that play Dungeons and Dragons that really go off the deep end. You know what I mean?
No.
Like that they live, they breathe it. I knew I would be that person if I were to play Dungeons and Dragons when I was younger.
Gotcha.
So I didn't do it. I stayed away from it like I did World of Warcraft. If anyone is familiar with that, it's like D&D online. But okay. That's why I didn't get into it before last week. And honestly, I wouldn't have even gotten into it had it not been for Drew and all this. Okay. So Dungeons and Dragons, right? So basically, you are role-playing the entire time.
Yeah.
I just learned last week, and I'm still learning. But Dungeons and Dragons is a role-playing game that is, it's based off a book or books.
Yeah.
It's like from the 1970s. And I thought really just Jason, who is our DM, which means Dungeon Master.
Jason is the
Okay.
I bet Jason Baldwin definitely makes you call him the Dungeon Master.
Do you have to call Jason?
You're supposed to. That's the way it goes.
And it
But they
all
abbreviate it DM,
explains.
so you're the DM.
Explains it all.
Dungeon Master, whatever. But anyway, this person, the Dungeon Master, controls the entire game and makes up the entire scenario, the entire storyline.
So how's it going? How's the story going?
It's going really well. We fought people we fought cyborgs that were made out of machines and people parts.
That's dope.
We
So
found
like some
out.
virus stuff. Have y'all ever seen Virus?
I've never seen Virus.
Jamie Lee Curtis, one of
No.
the Baldwin guys, is in it.
I haven't seen that.
Kiefer Sutherland. No, Donald Sutherland. He's in it. It's about a boat.
It's about a boat.
Machine people. No?
No.
No,
All right.
but
For our
maybe that's
listeners,
what it's
watch
based off
Virus.
of.
It's a great movie with Jamie Lee Curtis.
We recommend it. Are they paying us? Are the
No,
virus people?
but-
Then we're not recommending it.
I'm just saying. I mean, you just talk about machine people. I'm like, that's Virus.
It's really scary. Like,
Yeah.
you don't know what you're fighting, and then he shows you a picture of it, and you're like,
Whoa,
that's crazy.
does he draw the picture?
No, it's from a monster manual.
Okay, I'm into that.
D&D has a monster manual. I just learned all
Drew,
this last week.
Drew, don't
Okay?
be judging. Don't be judging, Drew.
I'm just hearing some of this for the first time, and I find it fascinating.
It's really fun. So your DM creates the whole storyline, and they can do whatever they want with it. Apparently, our dungeon master likes to make up his own worlds. So kind of a little bit different than the campaign storyline, I guess, that you're supposed to follow. Again, I've only been playing for 1 week. But anyway, you go in and you start out. So first you have to create your character, which takes a couple hours. You have to pick all your levels and everything. And then you have to create a name and a background, and you have to pick your race and what you're like. Are you a sorcerer? Are you a barbarian? What's like your job in life? So you can do all of that.
Just like middle school. Then.
Hey,
Exactly.
do people pay their bills in the meantime of all this thinking outside the box, or
I have so far. But
is there adult responsibility put into all this? Is that the 35-year-old talking?
that may influence the character you pick.
Sad. It's a sad guy.
Well, I think it's super cool as long as you
I'm like the Wolverine of Dungeons and Dragons. I'm
You
sad
are.
and angry.
just waiting and smoking cigarettes, not wanting
My
to.
backstory is I don't know where I came from, much like Wolverine. Like he
much
has
like
all these,
me.
or Wolverine, but my dark elf sorcerer has all these powers, and she doesn't know where she came from. And
There
now
we
she
go.
was sitting
So,
in a bar drinking, and that's how she met
That's
the other
important
characters.
to talk about. Brittany is a dark elf sorcerer that needs to wear a cloak and apparently ride in the back of a wagon. So I was told.
Yeah, because I'm light sensitive. I'm a
she's-
dark elf.
As you
Drew.
know, yes, ma'am.
Hey, you know what, Drew?
Right.
Hey, and maybe instead of shooting her down,
I'm not shooting.
you should look inside yourself, and maybe you would find a dark elf too. All right.
I have found nothing but emptiness and sadness when I've looked inside
There you
myself,
go.
and it's
well,
not.
maybe that's a character, Drew. All right. Maybe you should be a little bit more open to new things.
I agree. I mean, as long
I got
as
your back, Brittany. Don't worry.
I'm totally
All right?
cool with it, as long as you never go online and order a figure of yourself that you've created.
Oh, I did that yesterday.
Oh, man, she is coming in hard.
$20.
Dude, I'm in it to win it. I have committed and I am there.
But you
Yeah.
know how big this is right now? Like Dungeons and Dragons is having this whole resurgence.
Wow, really, Drew? Do you know the whole resurgence of people are screaming into their podcast that we're hopefully, which is not a word,
It's not. That's not even close to a word.
trademark Nick Amoroso.
You can sponsor that word if you'd like.
yeah, sponsored
I will
by.
sell that.
Openly.
Hey, sponsored by Brittany's Dad Salsa. Was it made in
Salsa.
2012, or were we supposed to eat it by 2012? we don't know, but it is staring at me hard.
I'm going to leave that with you.
It is staring at me hard, and I just want to add with that Brittany was going to get me to eat that. She was literally. She
I didn't know
brought
that
for me to eat.
It is
goods went
vacuum
bad.
sealed.
Yeah, it's like
It's not vacuum.
they last
sealed.
forever. You can eat it from the 70s.
No, that
right?
looks darker than normal and angry. That salsa looks angry as fuck.
I have eaten Brittany's dad's salsa, and it's very
No.
good.
Hey, Brittany, how can I open this? You have to pry it open with a knife.
She
Nick.
did say that.
You have to do that even when it's new. I mean, it's vacuum sealed.
Yeah,
It
sure.
is vacuum sealed.
I didn't grow up with that on the East Coast, so we're just gonna leave that there. All right.
It's gourmet.
Yeah, I bet it is. It looks
pretty good.
angry. It's staring at me. I feel like it's going to haunt my dreams.
I once ate one of her father's eggs that from his chickens. And,
hey, say nice things. All right.
I
Say
like
nice
her
things.
father.
I'm just saying.
and it was good. I just didn't know until Brittany walked in.
He could be an avid listener. All right. And you could be.
I really liked. He doesn't have the internet or a cell phone. We'll meet up with him later.
Gotcha.
I really liked asking
Potential
my mom
guest.
though when I would bring eggs home for my mom. I would say, "Would you like to eat some of my dad's eggs?"
I like that.
She liked it.
I like that.
That's just a great sentence all the way around. If you think about it, I would
Yeah.
good icebreaker.
So you know what we'll do next time? Next podcast, we're going to bring on somebody who's a hardcore Dungeon and Dragon person.
Well, I've set up a couple if you'd like to.
Yeah.
That would be nice
you know what,
because
Drew?
I honestly
I
feel
think
like
it's
I'm
called-
offending anyone.
Yeah, I think it's called Nick and Drew are going nowhere, not Drew and Nick are going nowhere.
No, that's absolutely
So
correct.
I'll make the decisions on the podcast.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
I'm in charge of editing and technical stuff.
No.
I don't want anything to do with.
Will do this.
Okay, wow, all right.
See, you can chop that up and put that wherever you want. Yeah, you'd be like, Nick, what you do? I will do that, and that's what it'll be like.
That's your catchphrase on the show now.
I like it.
But we have Emma. Emma's willing to come on and talk about.
It was so into it.
She's into it, but she's still green.
She is.
She's still
But
great.
she has a fun accent
Okay.
Yes, she's-
Wow. What?
because this is audio. A fun accent is cool.
True. We don't need an English person yet. We don't need to reach like that yet. We're famous.
I don't know if that's
We're
accurate.
global.
Yeah, we're global, internationally known.
We are available globally, which is why you can sponsor this podcast if you'd like to. Just DM where you found us.
There you go. True. It's just
Yeah, no.
that out. Yeah.
Oh, I can get you on radio. I can do all kinds of stuff for you.
He's got the voice for it.
So I've been told.
Yeah. So, anyways,
Okay, so do you want me to finish my Dungeons and Dragons
Brittany,
story, or are we over that?
I would never cut off a woman in 2019. Go at it.
Yeah, good. Okay. So long story short, Dungeons and Dragons is basically like playing Barbies as an adult. It's like you go and you make up your character. So it's like you pick up a Barbie. You're at grandma's house and there's like Barbies everywhere, because it's a new territory. You're like, this Barbie I don't know, but I'm going to make something of her. So you pick up the Barbie. She's naked, right?
it's like
Barbies
having
are always
children.
naked for whatever reason. You go find clothes for her, and then you have a backstory. And then your cousins are there,
do you
and they're
create the
playing with
backstory?
Yes, you create the whole backstory. So that's like when you sit down, the first thing you do is say, what's your character's name?
So it's a
After
pissing
you've created
contest.
it. What?
Because you yourself have to be pretty imaginative. So you
Yeah.
want to like
No, you have
outdo
to.
everybody else, right?
Yeah. Like
Yeah, so
it's
you just gotta be like, boom, on the table. This is what my character's about and why it's
Exactly.
better than yours.
yeah. Well, I mean, you don't have to get that competitive about it, but
But isn't that what it is? Dungeons and
Yeah.
Dragons? It's
You
competitive.
just make
isn't it?
everything up. You just make everything up. And like Jason made everything up.
No,
so you're
no,
just
hey,
following a story that
it's
Jason
the
wrote.
DM. It's the DM.
Yes.
Dungeon Masters.
The DM.
Say it right.
He wrote like this probably 8-week story at least. I give him props though because he
How much
has
time
so much.
would that have taken him?
I don't even know. Bite Squad did not send the text, but they were here.
So that's the dog.
At this point in the podcast, we have received Bite Squad. Bite Squad was delicious. Don't you agree, Brittany?
Did you forget my name? It was so good. That's why.
Man, it was delicious. Those street tacos with the pork were so good. But I'll tell you what,
Drizzled with sour cream, aka God sauce.
that's my next album coming to iTunes as well. Bite Squad was delicious. Unfortunately, is not a word, Brittany.
Importantly.
Oh, no, we're not stopping. This is one take. This is a one-taker.
Okay. Importantly, it is.
That's right. Unfortunately, is what I was trying to say. Bite Squad is not sponsoring this podcast. They could, but so far they have chosen not to. So we have to stop talking about them.
Yeah, and that leaves more room for you. You could be a sponsor of this podcast.
You certainly could. This quality audio content would be happy to be representing your business.
And take your money.
Mainly take your money. And keep in mind, Drew and Nick Going Nowhere, a podcast with friends, every week is heard by up to 5 billion people.
least. Billion with a B.
Up to. We got to be careful with how we say this, because laws are laws. Up to, though, not at least. Keep that in mind. So, if you want to sponsor this podcast, which for God's sakes, why wouldn't you? Your business could sound just like this. Brittany, take it away.
Hi. Come visit us at our conveniently located facility and see our friendly, knowledgeable staff. And we have the greatest selection. We're located here. Thank you.
Why wouldn't you buy that? That's quality audio advertising. If you would like to sponsor this podcast, we will talk to you and, so much more. Just find us on social media, send a direct message or something like. We're not hard to find. Right, Brittany?
Exactly. Always.
And now we get back to where we left off, and we have had Bite Squad. Brittany, do you want to take us back into it?
Coming up next on Drew and Nick Are Going Nowhere, some valuable content for your ears.
Perfect.
Con Air was on last weekend.
We watched Con Air.
Yeah. No, well, you were asleep, but
We watched it the other night, or did I YouTube?
you YouTubed some of it.
Because
So,
Brittany
but when
had
it came
not.
on-
Brittany had not seen Con Air, so she didn't know how wonderful.
I have seen it. It's just been,
Con Air?
but,
God, that's
yeah.
a great one.
It's amazing. It's like
It's
the
so
best
terrible.
bad movie ever.
John Cusack
Really
is amazing. in that movie.
I can't stand John.
Why? Wait, why?
I don't like him.
What is your favorite John Cusack movie?
Hot Tub Time Machine. No. I give it back. The are we recording?
Yeah, no, we're back.
So John Cusack, my favorite. Is that how you say his name? Like I feel
Correctly
terrible. Okay.
is how you say it.
Is it Frailty or Vacancy? I don't know. They're in a hotel.
How about neither of those two?
Okay.
It's just, are you making this up
No.
for dialogue?
Have you ever seen the one where he's in the hotel room?
1408. Stephen King. It's based off a short story of one of the
I
things
know
that he's
that.
written. Samuel L. Jackson was in that movie. Are you serious? Vacancy? That was Luke
no,
Wilson,
wait,
by the way.
wait.
All right, I'm about to drop it on you.
Hold on.
And then what was the other one she said?
Frailty.
Frailty was Bill the Legend Paxton. Like,
right.
I did Aliens and Terminator. I've been
That's
killed
the
by
one I always
both.
get confused with Fargo.
Paxton. I can't
And
believe
Twister.
this is
He also
crazy.
did
Okay,
Twister.
what's the name? It's not 1408 because I know what you're talking about.
I will grab
the name
the
of
Blu-ray.
I have that Stephen King short story book
It's called 1408.
where the room melts
Are you?
and things.
Is she questioning Drew, 7-year
No.
roommate? Are you?
I'm gonna look it up right now.
Drew, grab the Blu-ray. It's under 1408.
I feel like I'm in between both of you right now, and
Is that what it's really called though?
Why
Yes,
would I
I've seen it.
lie? Why would I make up 1408? That doesn't even make sense.
Precious Angel Muffin is
Okay,
correct.
okay.
Hey, I
I'm
gotta
looking up 1408.
I got a good laughable side
Wait,
story.
maybe we're talking. Go ahead.
Yeah, on making up stuff. I got a friend of mine who will name, nameless, all right?
Certainly.
But they're laughing right now if they're listening to this, that I swear for our whole friendship, why would I make this up? I'm going to add, I thought that person was adopted. I really did. I thought they were adopted. And so the other night I'm at work and I'm over there and I'm doing my side stuff. And I'm talking to Bradley.
Oh, it's Brad?
No, it's not Bradley. Bradley's not adopted. No,
Okay.
it was somebody else.
I didn't think he was. Do I
So I'm
know?
talk-
Do I
Yeah,
know
you
this person?
Yeah, you do, but I'm not going to say it because I don't
Okay.
need to be putting, that out there because I love his mom. Like, his mom is like a wonderful woman. So
You just thought she didn't birth him.
I thought, why would I make that up? He who shall remain nameless. Boom. All right. No, why would he? I feel like he would say that. Like he had said that to me. So, long story short, I'm clearly wrong. And it's like a laughable joke now for about a week and a half going on. And I swear, my defense is, why would I make that up? So that just brings me back to what you were talking about.
Okay, so great
made any
story.
sense.
I didn't listen to any of it because I was busy researching.
How I was right.
Didn't know. No, you are right, but I'm also right, and we're gonna get there.
gosh.
Okay, so I didn't
What?
know that John Cusack was in a movie called 1408 about the Stephen King story, which is
That's what I was
also
telling
set
you.
in a hotel.
Yep.
What about Identity?
Yeah, that happened to take place in a hotel.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
No.
That's my favorite John Cusack movie, though,
Okay.
which
Well,
is also in a hotel. Do you know what that? Have you seen that movie?
I've seen every John Cusack movie ever. Ever.
Okay.
And to
As
my
soon as
answer,
Brittany gets back from her place where she was just put, she will rejoin the
I'm just
podcast.
saying, Identity is
Hold my
different than
whiskey.
1408.
I'll show her what's up. I would say, if you were asking me this question, I would probably say like Gross Point Blank or.
No.
Have you ever seen that movie?
Yes. I don't like him, man. I
It's
just
a
like
cinematic adventure.
isn't his sister in that too?
Yeah, it's Sisters in the
Yeah, they're like DJs and
What? No, he's a hitman.
she's a DJ.
What? No, she's his assistant. You guys know nothing about movies, and yet
Don't
I'm
say
getting
you guys. I haven't done anything. I've just been sitting
You're
here.
with her,
Wait
Drew.
a
You
second.
get,
I am
you
with
get
her.
grouped in together.
Well, okay. Let me bring this up as we get back into the podcast. After it has been 2 years, right? Probably
For what?
It's
since
been
we've
like a
done
year.
one of these.
A podcast?
Yeah.
I thought we were talking about something else.
I know, but I'm talking.
She is a DJ.
Okay, but
I see the movie stills.
I'm trying to think about direction.
Minnie Driver is a DJ. Sorry.
So I think it's been 2 years. So as we look for direction moving forward with this podcast, what do y'all think about like doing movie reviews or even watch-alongs with terrible movies?
Well, seeing that I know all about them and Brittany and you don't, I think it would be a real great concept.
I think it would. I think it'd be fun for everyone. Brittany just introduced me to the worst movie I've ever seen recently, The Lobster.
oh yeah.
Awful.
Have you seen that movie?
No.
Don't see it.
Why?
Why?
And I mean,
I'm talking.
there's
just,
a whole review.
Give me a little one. I don't need a whole
It's
walkthrough.
Colin Farrell. Long story short, Colin Farrell.
With a mustache, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yep.
Yeah.
The mustache is the lead, actually.
He goes to this hotel, and if you don't get a relationship, you get turned into an animal.
Cool.
Same old thing, you know.
Polar bear.
They beat a dog to death.
They do, and they show it. It's really terrible.
It's awful.
This really sucks you in, huh?
And they later on, he cuts out his own eyes.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
What do you
Good,
think he does?
good family film.
Just spoiler alert, everybody.
Oh wait, I have it. No, yeah, I guess.
People can't see on your phone.
Wait,
right?
I have another. Have you seen Tusk?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
See, people are trying
What a
to.
train wreck.
Yeah.
That's all. It's
a good first
actually
date
pretty
movie.
good.
Really great first date movie. Just really set the tone of the relationship.
You
with that
know,
movie.
you really find out a lot about the other person if that's how you start out. I agree.
Can you accept
It's
me
a
at my
great
worst? That is
icebreaker.
that kind of movie right there.
So if someone's listening to this right now and they're not familiar with the movie Tusk, Brittany, fill us in.
No, I don't even think we talk about it. Just
You
let
don't think
them,
so?
It's a
let
love
them-
story.
Let them
It's
find out
not
that
a love
treasure.
It's a
themselves.
tragedy. It's like Romeo and Juliet.
No, I wouldn't even
With-
tell them
They
anything
break
about
a
it.
man's legs off and
Walruses.
install them as Tusk.
Yeah, that happens sometimes.
No, it doesn't.
True modern romance right there, everybody.
It's just not that.
Yeah, just let them figure it out.
No, That's what we're here. We are a podcast guiding people's lives away from terrible movies.
Watch
To
Die
give
Hard.
it some credit,
Watch
it
Die
is
Hard,
Drink whiskey.
directed by Kevin Smith.
Be awesome.
Was that really directed by Kevin Smith?
Yeah.
What is he doing? Why?
Tusk. He's doing Tusk. We just talked about
He's
this.
recovering from a heart attack.
Is that what happens?
No.
Like really that. No, yeah, but he really did. I think he wrote and directed it. Yeah. Yeah.
Did you just debate how to say the word wrote?
I felt like that's how that went
Written
down.
and directed by.
Well, okay. I think movie reviews are in our future. What else do y'all think? Everyone here listens to podcasts. Let's go around the room and say what our favorite podcast is. Brittany, what's your favorite podcast?
I actually don't listen to podcasts.
All right, fantastic. You could have said this one, but you didn't. Nick, what's your favorite podcast?
It's ours.
Ours,
Yeah,
definitely.
Ours.
Mine is also
Why
ours.
am I gonna say somebody else's? Because then they're gonna be like, oh, well, maybe I should go listen to other person's. We're trying to get back started up, people. All right.
I mean, but in all
Listen
fairness,
to ours.
in all
Tell everybody.
fairness-
No, there is no fairness. We're cutting throats. Podcast throats over here. All right.
Are we declaring war on every other
Bring it on.
podcast?
I want you.
I happen to enjoy a great many wrestling
Oh
podcasts.
my gosh, Drew. Nobody cares about you.
Guys.
I like
Really, oily men. No surprise.
hey,
Not even.
It's great
Lots
performance
of wet
art.
hair
Yeah,
and
performance art.
It's performance art.
men throwing men around.
Sure.
I like it.
I mean, don't you tell me how to use. Okay, that was going to be a bad joke.
Yeah.
But I like 83 Weeks with Eric Bischoff.
Gotcha.
I enjoyed that. I enjoy Something to Wrestle with Bruce Pritchard.
I'm sorry, that's a great podcast
Yeah,
name.
It's
I
really
mean,
good.
it is. I mean, we're not laughing.
It
at
almost
the
sounds like a
podcast.
romantic comedy
really
that
good.
would
I
have starred
suggest
Julia
it.
Roberts.
We're laughing that Drew listens to that podcast.
Oh, several of them. Yeah. Anything with Conrad Thompson. I think he's like kind of my
That Conrad.
podcast hero. I feel like y'all are judging me
Most definitely.
No,
at this
Yeah.
point.
Not
and
every day, all
it's
day,
oh,
never.
okay, but it's hurtful.
Gotcha.
for you.
So I have to point something out here.
Who cares?
Transitioning on to somebody or something that people would actually care about, Drew.
People care about it.
Not wrestling podcast. Anyways,
I do.
let's talk about Brittany's dedication to a show.
Oh,
All right. It's Sunday.
Right.
All right.
yeah.
What are we watching tonight? What's going on?
The Walking
The Walking Dead, of
And why-
course.
And why are we watching it? Because Brittany's wearing
I got the T-shirt on.
a motherfucking t-shirt.
My little sister got this for me.
There you
So
go.
paint the
It's,
picture. It's audio. So
Okay, isn't this like in the style of Boondock Saints?
Yep.
it is.
That's what I want to believe
That's
it is.
exactly
Anyway,
what it is.
so we got Rick and Daryl here. Of course,
Rick.
Daryl Norman Reedus was one of the saints in Boondock
Yeah,
Saints.
everybody knows.
Yep. Everybody should know.
They do now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm wearing this. I wear it every Sunday. It's like you guys have your NFL teams and you wear your jerseys and your chain shit and your,
Drew's hat.
your hat,
I do.
That's all he
your
has.
T-shirt from a long time ago.
Still,
And
I mean, we've been talking about jerseys for Drew
Actually,
now
I
for
bought
like
him the
5
hat.
years.
Yeah, I have a hat. I also have
Do you
a
have a
t-shirt.
jersey?
I don't have a jersey. No.
I mean, 5
Oh.
years going now. One day you'll respect your team enough to buy it.
speaking of NFL teams, wait a tick. I have always wanted Matt Bryant,
The
not
kicker.
Matt Ryan, Matt Bryant's
Yeah.
jersey.
Well, not a lot of those.
Guess
Yeah,
what
but-
happened this year, though? Like a few weeks
Can't get
ago.
it anymore. They
cut him.
They cut him.
Yeah, 'cause
They
he
cut
sucked.
the
What?
He sucked.
all-time
He did not suck.
most
He was,
points
He was hurt.
ever.
He's hurt all season.
He's like
no, he was hurt
43.
half the season.
Hey, ask where Aldrich Rose is. By the way, who is the kicker for the Giants? Oh, by the way, who was the second best kicker in the league this year? Oh, wait, one more thing. By the way, went to the Pro Bowl this year. So let's just talk about
Well,
that.
first of all, Nick, as a Giants fan, and me as a Falcons fan,
Tread lightly. Tread.
listen,
lightly.
I'm going to shit on both of us, but
I'm gonna hit you with a ball.
okay, no team should brag about their kicker, because if your kicker is the best player on your team, that means your team sucks.
Third best. So not the best.
Hotel Beckham.
Yeah.
Hotel Beckham.
Saquon Barkley, quads. All right, bring it on. Met him 20 minutes.
How's that
tops.
quarterback doing? Eli?
No way we resign him. Not for 20.
Oh,
23
no,
mil.
he's coming back one more year. I
Oh,
guarantee it.
Shermer wants him back. Why?
Yeah, he's coming back. You got him one more
I
year.
met him. I met him at his twilight. I hate to say it, but
He won you a Super Bowl.
2.
He won you 2 Super Bowls.
Yeah, thank you, Drew. No. How many Super Bowls do you guys won?
We've been to 2.
They
2.
tried really hard.
Yeah, that
years
one
ago.
time. That one time.
You know, y'all are being a bit
Hey, what was the
hurtful.
score of that game, Drew? What was the score?
I don't want to talk about that particular Super Bowl. I quit my career after that
You
Super Bowl.
did. You did. It's okay. I remember it. It was a lot of tears.
It was right here where we're recording. I was
Yeah.
sitting right in
That chair.
that chair over there.
That's why I sit in it and I just always go, it's like one of those things we
Drew
were talking about
tears.
earlier. I just go, man, when I think I got a bad, just could have been sitting here and my team just bomb a huge lead and not ever come back and just lose.
God, I'm gonna have to deal with him later.
You know
Just
what really
stop
sucks
it
about
right
that, Brittany,
there. Let's-
is we played that team twice and we beat them twice. Crazy stuff.
Not
Anyway,
this year, you didn't.
yeah.
You lost.
did we play the Patriots in the Super Bowl this year?
Oh.
Oh, yeah. See, I'm talking about Super Bowls.
Oh.
I mean, that's what you guys played them in, right? In a Super Bowl?
It was.
Well, I mean, you guys played the first half. I don't know if y'all played the second half, right? Can I get a high five, Brittany? High five. I'm going to high five myself.
High five.
Getting it.
You know, I was trying to be nice here tonight. I thought I was in a safe environment.
So back to Brittany's Walking Dead. I just have to say.
Okay, we're getting back to
I just have to say that I think it's pretty awesome that Brittany has just stuck with this show as long as she has.
Man, it's been really hard. I'm not kidding you. But I'm in it to win it.
Is there another show that you're like going to get into when that show's done?
No, really, I've just been like Netflix, but I don't really watch TV.
No? What do you think about that Umbrella Company? You said you saw a couple of
Yeah, the Umbrella Academy.
Seems
It was
pretty hot.
very predictable. First off, it's TV 14. So I started watching it with my son, which shouldn't be watched.
Whoa.
It's not
You
TV.
have
I
a
don't know
kid?
what the difference.
Wait a second.
What? Wait.
How long were you going to keep this a secret?
Drew, I do not approve of this.
I don't
What?
either. Goodness.
God, they're a pain in the ass, but no, kidding. But yeah, so I was like, this looks cool. Plus he's into like, if anyone is listening to this and knows, Five Nights at Freddy's, they really are promoting it like that online game. I am all about Five Nights at Freddy's.
I don't think I've ever played it.
Yeah, it's a kid game, but it's like Chuck E. Cheese, like a dark Chuck E. Cheese, and you have to like make sure that you keep the monsters away. Anyway, Five Nights at Freddy's wear these masks, and that's how on Umbrella Academy, the two bad guys in it, well, there are a lot of bad guys, but the two hitmen in it wear those masks. So that's how they advertise it. So I thought TV 14, Five Nights at Freddy's, gonna get my kid watching it. We can do this together. He was out like through episode 1. He was like, this is dumb. This is dumb. I'm like, watch the second episode. Maybe you'll get into it. He's like, I am not into this. And then, which is great because, you know, the rest of the second episode, I believe, is not TV 14.
Yeah.
Not. I mean, there's like strangulation, how do you say it? Asphyxiation.
Erotic asphyxia.
Yeah, that one. That happens.
Well, she
in
said
one
the
point.
other word first. You're the one that added erotic, Drew.
No, that's what it is.
The mind goes where it goes.
This is
Nick.
David,
Dark. Dark.
the guy. Anyway, yeah. So that's in it. It's just really predictable.
Yeah.
I thought it was good. I watched a few episodes of it.
You
I
watched
just
30
watch what
minutes of it.
I just watch what my roommate watches.
Which is what?
I don't know. Whatever Hash watches, I watch. He's very wise when it comes to shows. So
Is it like Cake Boss or?
no, what? We're grown adults in this house, man. We watch
watched Cake
mature
Boss before.
things like It's Always Sunny and
well,
that's a
you
good
know,
show.
That's classic.
well, he's on Future Man right now. I got to get on that.
Oh,
see
I
that-
want to see that.
Yeah,
That
see?
seems almost hipster-ish.
You guys see how peaked you got for that? So I go, oh, so Hash watch Future Man. Oh, let's see. I got to get on that
Seth
level.
Rogen in it.
No, yeah,
No, it's-
yeah.
Is that his name? Seth Rogen?
It's the guy from Hunger Games, season 2.
I thought it was what's his
Hey,
face? from-
everyone, stop
What-
for a
what-
second.
okay.
Drew, are you thinking? Stop thinking.
I'm sorry. I didn't know what I was
Brittany.
doing.
I thought you said you had this under control. Come on. Come on.
I will start talking about wrestling again.
Oh my gosh.
It isn't the guy from
Drew, what is the hottest, real quick, side note, what is the hottest wrestler right now, Drew? Hottest one.
Seth Rollins, sorry.
Seth Rollins.
Seth Rollins, all right. What's he did? That's he did the curb stomp, right? And he got it.
He did, and
He
he had to
used to,
stop.
and he had to stop.
He did the curb stomp?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
American History
Yeah.
X?
Yeah, he
Yeah, how
did. Oh,
fucked up
wow.
But
was that?
they made him stop.
Yeah,
When
why?
did-
I
mean,
wonder
he's
why.
our age. How did he do that? Like,
Oh, right before you and I started dating, that was his
Oh
finishing
my
move.
God.
See how I start this,
Now it's a-
everybody?
now it's
you
a
see how I start this, everybody?
Pedigree.
that's incredibly
Get those gears
racist,
rolling. Yeah.
though. I mean, like, that is like the epitome of racist. And he did that.
It wasn't racist.
Oh, tearing households apart over here, everybody.
stomping someone.
It was his finishing move. It's wrestling. It's
He could
not
have called
real.
it anything else. He could have called it like
Right,
driveway
Brittany?
stop.
Right, Brittany?
But they made him stop.
Gravel,
doing
not today.
Started doing the pedigree.
Sad.
Curb
It's
Sad.
not real.
Next week, we're going to have Seth Rollins on the show to talk about his defense to
Oh, I hope
curb
so.
Are
stomp.
we able to get Seth Rollins as a guest?
I know a couple people.
Oh, wow, you must. All right, Seth Rollins coming over next
Yeah.
week. That's exciting.
My word is my bond, people.
I'm going to be here next week.
Yeah.
I will wear a low shirt next week.
No, you won't. He's in great shape.
I did a sit-up today. I tied my shoes. Okay? Watch out, world. Here I come. So, anyways, back to what we were talking about shows.
Okay.
So, Future Man was big. That's the one that Hash is
He's
watching.
like, my name is Susan.
Who is?
That I don't know. I just keep seeing the previews for it.
Oh, I haven't
They're
seen
like,
anything
My name
about
is Susan.
Yeah.
I know that's a woman's name, but from our time, it's not.
1, 2 that he watches is the Orville. He's really,
We've
I tried
watched a
to
lot of the
start
Orville.
watching that. Do you get into that? I don't much care for it.
I don't get I just cracked out and watched 1 through 7 of The League over
Yeah.
again.
Well, that's from like 2011.
Yeah, but that was just such an amazing show. I love that. The 7th season was hilarious. I mean, they really all blew up. That's why the show stopped, but it was a really great show.
Do I get to make fun of that like we just made fun of wrestling?
Yeah, what do you got against my show, Drew? What? Yeah, no, it's fantasy football and it's razzing. You're razzing on each other. I love it. They covered all the bases.
You're razzing?
Yeah,
What does
joshing
that
on
mean?
people.
Is that like jargon from the show?
Yeah,
Okay.
It's busting balls, I believe. is-
breaking of
Oh,
balls.
razzing.
Yes.
You
yes.
break balls, you don't bust them.
See, we were
Freak.
Can I tell
Razz.
one of my clients tomorrow that I'm just razzing him?
Yeah. You got, you know what
Just
you gotta
joshing
do? You
you,
gotta
just
like
razzing.
shoulder punch him when you do it too.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm
Hard?
just, huh?
Like knock him back
I mean, if
hard?
he's into that,
Is that like appropriate?
I
Like,
think
if I don't
while
do
we're
it hard
on
enough?
that, Brittany, before we started this show tonight, she wanted to make sure she got a few of her clients on the show. So if you want to get some shout outs to your clients,
Ooh, are they,
Yeah. No. In fact, my real name's not Brittany.
No.
It's
Brittany.
Bianca or something.
it's definitely not Brittany Caldwell.
Don't work it where, yeah. No.
it's
I just
not.
borrowed her identity because she
Right.
seems safe.
Yeah.
And super cool, right?
Yeah, it's super cool.
You liked her a
She's
lot.
Real hot, yeah. And not,
What are you guys like looking at each other when you guys are saying this? Is weird. It's like you're looking at him to say the right answer back to you.
We're about to start singing. to
Yeah, I was
each
gonna
other.
say, is this about to break down into a dance?
Come surrender.
da-da-da.
Please stop.
Oh, the-
We really do this at home.
I know you guys do.
That's not.
what's the
we
thing.
actually do.
Yeah, from the
I
other-
literally have a recording on my phone of something.
Drew's playing.
In the heat.
Drew's
of the
playing Red
road.
Dead Redemption, and he's singing this to you from,
Oh my God.
from the living room.
Oh, that's a good segue.
electrocuted someone last night.
I sure did. That's a good segue. What's everyone playing in video games these days? Because mine is Red Dead Redemption.
I think everyone's
before.
playing that. What are you playing, Brett?
Call of Duty 4.
Is that the newest one?
Mm-hmm.
I
Black
am-
Ops 4.
I'm between.
BO4.
Well, Spider-Man this year was phenomenal.
Yeah.
If you didn't play Spider-Man this year, I don't
Did
know
you
what
see
you're doing.
the animated one, Into the Spider-Verse?
It's like top 10 movie now in my
Yeah.
life.
It's
Is it
amazing.
really that good?
It's
Everyone
so good.
Is it really that good?
I
Like-
haven't seen it.
Treat yourself, man.
I
That
don't
comes
know.
out next week. Oh my gosh, I saw it on digital.
It's so good.
I saw it in 3D. I don't even back up 3D movies. If you know me for Shark Night in 3D. And that's a whole nother other podcast right there. But just, don't even ask. That's a whole nother story. So 3D really doesn't have a good appeal to me anymore. But that movie was, I think,
that movie was
I
awesome.
heard they are releasing it into IMAX. And if you get to see that in IMAX 3D, treat yourself.
It's a cartoon movie, though.
No,
Is it?
Oh.
it just won Best Animated Feature, Drew.
Yeah.
Okay, but the
It's-
animated
No,
means
it's
cartoon.
like-
There's cool parts in it that they're overlapping. It gives the feel of a real life comic book.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brittany,
That
I'm sorry.
end-
Keep on cutting you.
Like the end sequence, there are things that now Spider-Man Homecoming. I am a Tobey Maguire Spider-Man lover
Those
too.
were awful.
They're not great, but the revamp of it was not good. And Spider-Man Homecoming is really good.
Yeah.
But Spider-Man Homecoming is better than
Andrew-
Tobey Maguire stuff.
Andrew Garfield didn't do that bad of a job. Come on.
He did fine. And Jamie Foxx didn't do a bad job too. And it was just
Jamie Foxx was Spider-Man?
No, he was Electro.
No, he was-
It wasn't even the real Electro. He was some made up version.
anyway.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But even those Spider-Mans don't compare to Into the Spider-Verse one. They do things in that movie that you could never do with a live human being, or CGI or anything.
True. It's
it
just
has to
awesome.
be animated.
Treat yourself.
I don't know.
I'm gonna buy it. Come over. We'll watch it.
You'd be like this, just
Yeah, we're gonna watch it together. We're gonna come over and we're gonna watch it.
Okay. Well,
It was amazing.
why do you look scared?
I don't know. I feel like Nick's hitting on me, and I'm slightly uncomfortable about it.
Don't flatter yourself. 90s went out in like 1999, Drew.
I'm holding on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, we all know you're holding on. All right. Friends called. They want to call back. All right.
But yes, tell
Straight
us
up
about your
Dawson's Creek into your life,
I'm
my
telling
friend.
you, man.
God. Tell us about your Red Dead Redemption.
Oh, yeah.
That's what
So
you've
what's
been
that
doing
about?
for the last
Man, it's
2
so
months.
good. Red Dead Redemption is basically Grand Theft Auto in the Wild West.
100 gigs of your PlayStation, by the way.
Oh, it's motherfucking huge.
Xbox. We say Xbox around here.
Yeah, well, I have an Xbox, and
What a fucking bunch of losers.
it's an Xbox One. It was all right.
Oh, my
But-
gosh. Why? Why Xbox? Because it was free?
That's what Halo's on.
Because my father bought it for me.
Yeah, well, that's stupid.
Well,
PlayStation is for graphics. Xbox is for online play.
I'm going to have to get a PlayStation 4 because Norman Reedus is coming out with a video game.
Well, you might as well wake up.
I'm sorry. Are we done with
Go
hearing?
ahead. Go ahead. Sorry.
Back to Drew and his video gaming, everybody.
It's a really good video game.
Yeah.
So if you like, do you like Grand Theft Auto, Nick?
I'm more of a Saints Row kind of fan.
How do you
Same
not like
thing.
the open world and just?
It's the same thing.
Saints Row is the same thing. It's just a little bit more ridiculous. Drew, know your video games. Thank you
Okay,
very much.
I apologize. But you go around and eventually you do get tuberculosis, but it's fun in the game.
Have you played the Spider-Man game, Drew?
I have not.
Dude, it's an open world, all Manhattan. Not even like a loading screen. You're
There's no.
flipping,
Well, there's
flipping
loading
all
screen.
around everywhere. Flip.
You don't understand though. Drew is he's trying to tell you the story because
know, he's living
basically this video game was written about his inner personality.
Wow.
Like if there was a video
you're
game
just-
made about Drew Mitchell, it would be Red Dead Redemption.
He's just
2.
looking at the screen like, I am you.
Yeah, no, he believes
I am-
it's like
It's
his
how I
Dungeons
want
and
to
Dragons.
live.
So what's your
Yeah.
character's name?
Arthur Morgan.
Did you make up that name?
No,
Nope,
it's who
but
they
he
give
likes
you.
it. He couldn't
Arthur
have made up
Morgan.
a better name.
Yeah.
And what does Arthur
He
Morgan
would
do
have
right
just said
now?
"cool guy."
Well, yes, that is. Oh, we should talk about what I named my horses.
Oh
Because
yes.
you can name your horses.
Let's cut that part out.
Oh, no.
No, we totally
No.
should. I named one of my horses Travis. I named one of them Dr. Feathers.
I thought Randy was going to be the other
And
one.
then I named the other one,
Charles Grodin,
Charles Grodin. Yes.
the dad from Beethoven, if you recall.
And it's amazing what two people think is funny in their living room that Nick doesn't think is funny. But it was really funny to us at the time.
Wow.
All I do is watch
Hashtag
Drew ride
relationship
Charles
goals, everybody.
Grodin, and we laughed a lot.
We did laugh a bunch.
Relationship goals.
But you're just walking around the Wild West. It's a big map. You go down to some plantations. There's a fake New Orleans in there, and it's fun. You just kill some people.
In New Orleans or in general? I mean,
In the entire world, there's like several states.
why
that
do you have to
go
kill people? Can't you just get along with people? Like,
No,
High
it's
fives and handshakes?
Not in Red Dead.
His good hat is all the way to the right, though.
My good hat is all the way to the right, Nicholas.
Jesus.
He's
Well,
been
in
presented with some
Spider-Man, you're
different
not
things.
killing anybody. You're flipping people all around, and things are great. All right?
Well, the people I kill in Red Dead Redemption need killing.
I'm just saying. So, anyways, got done with Spider-Man. Now I'm back on Madden.
Oh gosh,
Yeah. I'm
stand that
back on the
game.
Madden. Because, the Giants, I felt cheated by this season.
The Giants were
I'm the biggest supporter, but yet I'm just getting let down right now. I just don't know what's going on.
y'all were awful this season.
Yeah, well, you know what? You weren't that great either, Drew.
No, we were also awful,
Yeah, thank you.
but y'all were particularly awful.
Still got Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, but you were awful.
Yeah. Well, okay. I won't refute that.
We talked about going out this year to watch Atlanta play the Giants.
Yeah,
We talk about that every year. It's so expensive.
They don't play each other next year, though.
I think the Atlanta Falcons should sponsor this podcast and bring us to Atlanta and let us
that would be amazing.
call the game. Right?
I have a few-
I'll just set it up. We'll just call
call
the
your
Falcons.
people. I mean,
I'm
you
sure
kind of
that-
know some people.
I'm sure I
Maybe
know
they could call
somebody
their
with the
people.
Falcons. I'm sure I'm Eskimo Brothers with somebody with the Falcons.
Well, I've got a few emails out right now,
Yeah.
and
Ooh, yeah.
they expressed some interest
No.
by.
And then we
Not
three can
responding.
just call the game. We'll just call it.
Oh, we're gonna call the entire game.
Yeah.
What, how am I
We'll
doing
just-
color commentary and you're doing play by?
Well, I don't see things in color, Drew. All right, we're all one people. You know what I mean?
I also agree, but that's just a term. Brittany, what are you doing?
I'm looking for water. I'm searching for water. I'm parched.
She's thirsty.
She is Thursday. All right, we're getting close to 60 minutes, which was our goal tonight, which has been fun. So as we move forward, and we have more guests, don't you laugh at me.
What's that arm move?
That was me.
Is it the crucifix? What is that?
He's like a the mosquitoes that fly.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Like those mosquitoes that fly.
Let's
giant
tell
mosquitoes
the
that
truth,
fly.
guys. All right, we got to
Okay.
wrap this
No,
up
that's fine.
because somebody's got to get home for some Walking Dead later.
Oh,
No.
it's too late. We're missing it right now.
No.
like it's on.
I know. We'll catch you
Well,
late.
it's because Drew's setup for the podcast always takes an hour.
Well, the audio equipment
his
is
fault.
important.
Sassy, what do you think? What?
Sassy's a dog for those.
My dog. That's my newest involvement in my life. She's my world.
Sassy?
Sassafras, a.k.a. Sassachino.
Can you get her to howl
a.k.a.
again?
the apocalypse dog, Sassy. Sassy.
How did she do that?
Good girl. Yeah, I know. You can't let people know you talk, okay? You got to go.
You're like officially the pack leader.
We are.
So as we move forward with
She's
the
like my
podcast-
Velociraptor, and
She
I'm
is
like,
like that.
I'm like Peter Quill.
That reminds me of my fourth grade music play. We did a whole thing about Jurassic Park, right? And
What?
I cut in front of my best friend, and she got the shitty. Okay, so
You guys were doing plays? I remember watching that in the theater.
it came out in
Okay, I was like, how old am I?
My music class teacher in Georgia was like, "We're gonna do something about Jurassic Park." I was fired up because I love
On
Jurassic
board.
Park. So anyway, do you remember being in music class when you were in school and you would like have different lines that you had to sing?
No, I
Like
never did music class.
okay, well they wanted to treat us all fairly. So basically
Was it choir? It couldn't have been.
it was
band.
No, it wasn't either. It was music class, but we had recitals. So they'd line like the whole fourth grade class up basically, and you'd sing one sentence, and the next person would sing a sentence, and okay, all right. Wow, this is
We're losing the audience. We're losing people. People are
Sorry, I had to
it's the last 10 minutes. I can just trail off of this now.
That just made me think of, God, this is just Drew deals with this every
Brittany,
day.
you're gonna get-
I don't think you had a destination for this story. when
she's
you
gonna have to
started
It's not climactic, but anyway. So my friend, she was in front of me, right? My best friend. I was like, I'm gonna get in
I
front
don't
of
even know
you.
what we're talking about anymore.
And my line was Jurassic Raptor, sorry, hold on, Velociraptor Scar. And I was like, that was cool. And then she was like, you should be in awe. And she hated me the rest of the year because I cut in front of her and I made her end up singing, you should be in awe.
That was a long way to get there,
Wow.
babe. We took a jog.
Wow. That was wow.
You can just cut all that out, but
Oh, I'm not. No.
that'll be the
we
after
ended
bits
up
right
on
there.
a good foot.
That's
but that's
the-
what.
yeah,
That'd be like,
that's
are
what I
you
was
still
thinking.
listening? Here we are. We're gonna get you with this one.
Talking. Here's Brittany with a great story
seriously.
about someone
Seriously.
cutting in line.
She's gonna have to take. She's gonna have to take her shirt off to recover from this one. All right.
Do it for the audience,
Yeah.
babe.
There you go.
Okay, yeah.
We have about 5 minutes. So, what I'd like
don't
us
have that.
to yeah, we do. We have 5 minutes. I'm
Okay.
looking at it right here. We should talk about what we want to see in the future with this podcast because it is ongoing.
Lots of money.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, money would be nice.
Why did Nick take off his
I gotta let my dog out.
Just left the podcast. Okay. What, Brittany, would you like to see with this podcast happen?
World peace. To be
Okay.
honest with you, I would like us to achieve world peace.
That would be incredible. That would be incredible.
What are we at?
I think
Nick
that
is
if we can speak to enough people and let them know that
Free queso.
free queso is also good.
Free queso would be cool.
Definitely
Free tacos.
part of the free tacos.
Free love.
We need all free love.
love.
There we are for world peace.
This thing.
Okay.
Lots of
that makes everyone uncomfortable.
hand motions
For,
that are suggestive.
yes.
That is
But
suggestive.
that will be if
That
we
may be a
achieve
sex act.
if we achieve our goal, that
Yeah.
will be our
The
handshake.
free knowledge to
Instead
know how to
of just
do
a
like,
regular one, we just reach out like
we
this.
do this.
ooh.
Nice to meet you.
I like
That's
it.
really awkward, even though I
don't
It's
think
super
so.
awkward, especially for people listening, not saying. Describe what we just did, Brittany.
No. I say
don't
let's
think we
leave it as a
should.
mystery,
Yeah.
and then people will be
Okay.
like, "What were you guys
Mystery.
talking about?" We'll just go, "Open your hands," and we'll just do it.
If anyone
Yeah.
is still here after an hour of what we've just gone through,
Why wouldn't you be?
well, we ate tacos and talked about movies, for God's sakes.
Jesus, sounds like a Sunday. Hey yo.
Well, it is a Sunday.
Oh wait, everyone, look at the TV real quick.
Uh-oh.
The listening
Fornication.
audience can't.
Fornication.
All right, there's fornication on the television.
We're watching Friday the 13th, the first one. Real quick, can anybody tell me that's sitting here right now who is the killer in Friday the 13th?
Michael Myers.
Jason.
You see what I'm listening with, people?
Freddy Krueger?
You see who I'm sitting with right now?
I think it's Michael Myers.
Are you serious right now?
Is it not?
Are you serious?
Jason.
First off, Jason didn't show up until the second one, all right?
Oh, God.
The one in the first one was his mother, who saw him drown, thus plotting her revenge on the campers and the camp counselors, all right?
Oh.
Are you serious? Michael Myers did Halloween, and Jason didn't even show up until the second movie.
I didn't know that.
Do you know what movie Jason got his hockey mask in?
No.
Guys are killing me. My dog's outside.
He's barking. Is
I
he?
have a question for you, though. Go let Sassy in. I have a question for you. This is a Jeopardy question. Like legit Jeopardy question.
I'm ready.
Okay, so I was watching Jeopardy Friday, and the question was a daily double. This dude had $15,600 on a daily double, and he said
Bring it on.
all of it. I want to risk all of it. Want to risk all of it. The category, soundtracks, movie soundtracks.
Okay.
1994 movie, Preacher Man, Girl, You'll Be a Woman Soon. Soundtrack to what movie? Or soundtrack tracks to what movie? 5.
Preacher Man?
Son of a Preacher Man. Son of a Preacher Man,
And
Girl, You'll Be a Woman Soon. No, you can't do that. 5. Nick, 4. 3.
It's like a Quentin Tarantino movie, right?
Yes.
That buys me sometimes. Pulp Fiction.
Yes.
Yes,
Oh.
yes.
This dude said Pretty Woman. He lost $15,000.
What an idiot.
Yeah.
So really what we need to say is, so we need to do movie stuff because obviously 2 out of the 3 of us don't know what the hell we're talking about.
Brittany.
Agreed.
Gosh. Nick is currently letting in his dog. We have about 2 more minutes here. Again, we're just getting back into the swing of things here. It's Drew and Nick going nowhere. This is a podcast with friends. What is our social media? Is Nick eats a tortilla chip?
We are
Awesome. So professional. What is our social media? Facebook. It's
Whiskey.com.
it's
Some
not
whiskey.
Nicholas. It's not whiskey.com. I'm pretty sure.
It should be. FightSquad.com.
I need more makersmark.com.
I think it's facebook.com/Drew and Nick Show.
Super professional.
so.
Just listen to us on Apple, right? Don't we do that? Apple
Yeah,
iTunes thing?
wherever. I mean, we'll be on YouTube. We'll be on Facebook. We'll be.
I'm sure if you're listening to us, you found us.
Yeah. So just search.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
We're out there somewhere. If you're still subscribed to us, then the good news is you're probably going to listen to us.
You know what's cool about this one is so much of what we have done before has been really formatted and
Yeah.
kind of overproduced. This was very stream of thought.
Well,
So
that's a bottle of whiskey for you.
yeah, but people are either going to really hate it or love it. You
Ooh,
realize?
wouldn't that be cool if we could be sponsored by whiskey?
I'd love to be sponsored.
The word whiskey.
If we were going to be sponsored by
Today's
whiskey,
show is brought to you by whiskey.
all right, do a live read as though it was sponsored by Whiskey Brittany.
Today's show is brought to you by whiskey. It makes all your dreams come true.
True.
Well, that was some nice reverb. I would have done it more like today's broadcast is brought to you by whiskey.
Whiskey.
That's okay. We're still in the reverb.
Sorry.
As you can see, if you buy our show, you'll get nothing but the most professional
Ever.
Oh, by the way, this is not just a podcast. I actually have a few. This could be a radio show at some point, actually on FM radio.
Shenanigans.
Yeah. So people are Shouldn't let that
But
happen.
wait, there's more.
But wait, there's more. Order now and we'll throw in a ShamWow.
Yep. With the Atlanta Falcons print and the New York Giants print. All
Because
over.
both are cheap right now.
Yep.
All right. Well, we have to wrap up. We're at 60 minutes. Parting words, Brittany.
Wait. I didn't have anything prepared. You can't just throw it in my direction.
Okay, Brittany, here's what we want to do. I'm going to give you a few minutes to prepare. We're going to let Nick do some parting
Oh,
words.
now
and then
there's even more pressure.
Yeah.
Now I have to okay, Nick.
Prepare a
what are
speech.
you going to say? And then I'll
Parting words.
piggyback off yours.
Nicholas.
Are you more of a Christina Applegate fan or like a Tiffany Amber Thiessen fan?
Tiffany
Like,
all the way.
so you're like a Kelly Kabowski?
No,
you're not
without a doubt. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. How about you?
Kelly Bundy.
Kelly Bundy?
Yeah, Christina Applegate.
Gotcha. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Where are we going on the first date? That depends.
Chili's.
Chili's? I go with Kelly Bundy and Chili's.
Olive Garden.
Kelly Bundy.
Macaroni Grill.
I've never been to a macaroni grill.
Well, you're
Kelly
Italian. You'll
Kapowski.
love it.
Why? No. I doubt I would.
No, you wouldn't at all.
No, I would probably say I'd probably do a Kelly Bundy.
Really?
I like her.
I like, all right. Well, I'd like Tiffany Amber, whatever.
Yeah, well, you're
whatever.
stuck up, Drew, so nobody gives a shit about your fucking feelings. Anyways, well, this was just a
It's just
great
like my
podcast.
first therapy session.
Yeah, well, Drew, again, nobody really cares. Everyone look at the screen real quick. Everyone look at TV. Oh, Kevin Bacon was dying.
We're still watching TV here.
Oh, that was Kevin Bacon.
That was Kevin Bacon.
And now we're over. Brittany, parting thoughts.
I'm really looking forward to my Dungeons and Dragons game tomorrow.
Yeah. My parting thoughts, you ready? Did you guys know? Did you guys know that this was Kevin Bacon's first film that he was ever in?
We have to tell the audience what film this is.
Friday the 13th, the first one.
Okay.
Did you guys know that?
Did not.
I'm just kidding. I don't know if it was or not. I'm just trying to see if you guys knew it. Drew, what's your final thoughts?
A lot of regret.
Okay, so anyways, this was a great podcast. I'm so glad you guys came over today.
I think we did a good job. And
I think
again,
we did. I think I did a great job. Sassy,
My favorite part are the
Sass.
tacos.
the tacos were good.
who did the best job? I did.
Sass is a dog. Find us on social media. Search Drew and Nick are going nowhere. Subscribe. Do all that
What
stuff.
should the title be of this podcast?
Man, random nonsense.
Sassy the Apocalypse Dog.
Okay, sure. That works.
Boom.
This is your captain speaking. We want to thank you for choosing to fly Drew and Nick going nowhere. That is our destination. If you look out to the right side of the plane, you won't see talent. And if you look out to the left side of the plane, there's no talent there either. We understand you have a lot of choices in entertainment. We want to thank you again for flying Drew and Nick are going nowhere, and we're sorry.
Last night, I got loaded on a bottle of wine, I said last night, yes, I got loaded on a bottle of wine, that homemade wine. But I feel alright, see, I feel alright, I'll do it again tonight. Yes, I will. Night before last, I got loaded on a bottle of gin, Night before last, yes, I got loaded on a bottle of gin, old Seagram's gin, and I feel alright. Yes, I feel alright. I'll do it again tonight. All right, y'all. All right, y'all. Well, tonight I'm gonna get loaded on a bottle of beer, I said tonight a shot of Bach beer, and I feel alright. Said I feel alright. Yes, I feel alright. I'll do it again. I'll do it again. I'm gonna do it again tonight.
We're gonna get somebody on here next podcast that actually knows what the fuck they're talking about.
That'd be great.